Welcome back to another edition of Bold Blind Beauty on Air, the show that's clearing the air for more air, access, inclusion, and representation. My name is Stephanie McCoy, and with me are my co-hosts.
I'm Dana Hennett.
I'm Nesreen Buddha.
And this is Sylvia Stinson Perez.
Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value, Albert Einstein. In today's episode of Bold Blind Beauty on Air, we welcome Dr. Kamille Richardson, a remarkable woman who has transitioned from working in assistive technology to achieving entrepreneurial success. Kamille, Bold Blind Beauty's March Woman on the Move, shared these words of wisdom in her feature. So my purpose of founding iSee Technologies, Inc., from an assistive technology standpoint, was to help to reconnect people to the world and helping them regain their independence. And part of regaining your independence is also gaining employment, because a lot of times when your sight goes, employment is the first thing to go. Kamille's journey is empowering, demonstrating resilience and innovation as she navigates entrepreneurship through her blindness. Join us as Kamille shares her story, insights, and advice on thriving as an entrepreneur and advocate. Kamille, welcome to Bold Blind Beauty on Air. Thank you for joining us for this important discussion on the intersectionality of disability and entrepreneurship.
Hi, Steph and team. Good morning. Thank you all so much for having me.
You're welcome. I am going to hand the mic over to Sylvia for our first question.
Good morning, Kamille. You have had a really interesting journey. So share with us what inspired you in your journey from massage therapist to AT or assistive technology and then to owning your own business.
I'm sure. So, like you said, I started out as a massage therapist. My early career search, it was colored a lot of times by rejection. I graduated from college and I was ready to go out there and just make a difference in the world. But I was finding that a lot of times the hiring managers, they weren't even willing to hire somebody who was blind. And, of course, I'm not going to say that out loud, but I knew what it was. So I decided to become a massage therapist. I got a license because I knew that nobody was going to question my skills and ability as a blind therapist. So I did that. I got a job based on my skills as a massage therapist. But while I was doing that, that's when the iPhones came out. So that was, back in like 2009 or 10. And I was an early adopter of using the iPhone, especially with my blind friends. And everybody started asking me to teach them how to use voiceover on the iPhone. So that began my journey of becoming an assistive technology trainer because I realized that in doing that, I was helping people regain their independence and also reconnect with the world around them. And especially for people who lost their sight later on, they didn't think that they would be able to have that connection with family and friends again. So I was giving them their life back. But with regaining your independence, that also meant becoming gainfully employed. And of course, people were having those same issues that I was having when I was going through my search for employment. And that's when I decided to evolve from just simply being an assistive technology instructor and helping people regain independence to really being that advocate and creating the solution for people and going in and educating businesses and corporations about the value that people who are blind or have any kind of disability brings to the workforce.
Thank you. That's really fabulous.
As a woman entrepreneur, what challenges did you encounter when starting your business and how did you overcome them?
Well, truth of the matter, Dana, I'll be honest, I was in my own way at first. Like I told you, I was still doing these things as I was a massage therapist as well. Massage was like my security blanket. So I was holding on to it. I was staying in my comfort zone. I would kind of dip my toe into that pool of entrepreneurship, but I would never jump all the way in. So I was in my own way. You had to get out of my own way. I dealt with a lot of imposter syndrome as well, because oftentimes I was not just the only Black woman in a room, but I was often the only blind woman in a room. And like I said earlier, I'm in here speaking to all these corporate people. I thought I had to be able to speak this lingo and all of that, right? But I realized, girl, people love your bubbly personality. They love you for who you are, and they're going to get your message when you come in and speak with them because of that. So I had to get out of my way. I had to show up as authentic Kamille. You're going to get this big old afro. You're going to get these big old earrings. You're going to get this white cane. And you're going to get Kamille. And you're also going to get an education. You're going to get some awareness about people with disabilities. You're going to know that we are here. We bring value and we're ready to work. So it was me. I was in my own way. That was literally the thing that was standing in my way, was me. And once I started bringing that confidence and I was bold and I showed up as myself, that's when the doors really started opening.
Kamille, I just love that. The fact that your statement there, I had to get out of my way. And I think imposter syndrome is something that everyone goes through different times and at different sort of levels. So I think that's, amazing that you were able to push through. And I love the fact that you came out swinging confidently and obviously boldly. So fantastic.
Thank you.
Kamille, tell me, what has been the highlight of owning your own company, and where do you see your business heading in the future?
I think for me, the highlight is being able to show up in that room as a unique business owner, showing people that blind people are not just out here looking for a handout. We are actually giving people a hand up. And the highlight for me has been able to also hire people and contract with other blind people. I do a lot of workshops and trainings, and so I need a lot of facilitators. And I made it my mission and purpose, even when I started this company, that I was going to provide opportunities for other blind women. And I have been able to do that this year, and I'm super excited about it. I've already worked with 3, and they have been phenomenal. And I've got some more who are going to be starting soon. But that has really been the highlight, is that I have been able to provide an opportunity, because I know how it is out there for us in this world trying to find employment, and just being able to bring people on board and really be able to bring them alongside me, working with me. It just really does my heart great. It just makes me so happy. So in the future, I really see the company being able to run itself. I don't want to always have to be the one that has to keep everything going. I also work with my sister. She's sighted. She worked in the corporate world. So she brings the operations and everything to the business. I'm the creative one. I'm the speaker. She also does some speaking now as well. But our goal is to be able to make this a self-sustaining business. So perhaps creating courses about inclusion. And we also do some work in the workforce wellness space as well. So creating courses surrounding that we can give to companies. And like I said, making this more of a self-sustaining thing, so that we just be on the beach chilling somewhere and we're still getting our money.
I love that, Kamille. Empowering, enriching, and encouraging. Lots of women power there. Congratulations to you on your new heights this year.
Thank you.
Spring has finally sprung and summer is soon to be on the horizon. Why not try some new hairstyles for the season, inspired by the recent Coachella festival? If you like big volume in your hair, well, voluminous hair is back. Full blowouts with bounce. Inspired by Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. Transitioning to one of the hottest colors is that cowboy copper red. This golden reddish brown hue has been trending for a while, reminiscent of the desert sky. You can always try this in highlights. If you're into braids and bows, this might be for you. Any kind of hair braid, whether it be twist braids, cornrows, French braids, you can have a stunning look by accenting it with a bow. Or how about trying a braided updo? And one of the simplest ways to transition a look is trying bangs. No matter if it's curtain, Birkin, or bottleneck bangs, it'll transform your look for the season. And hey, the good thing about bangs is they do grow out. Make sure to consult a stylist to find out which bangs look best for your face. Enjoy the season, and that is your Bold, Blind Beauty Byte.
Kamille, every time I hear you talk, I just get chills. I love your energy. I love your thought process, especially the idea of creating opportunities for blind people, blind women, and then this idea of creating a sustainable company that can be run by somebody else. I mean, that is the ultimate in showcasing value, and I just love it. So I think this is a great segue to this next question. From your perspective, what advice would you give to someone just starting their entrepreneurial journey?
I say keep pressing forward. I'm gonna tell you right now, as an entrepreneur, the road ahead can be really bumpy and it can be unknown, but don't be afraid to keep pressing forward and to keep taking those steps. You have to keep moving your feet. A lot of times, again, like I said earlier, we get in our own way because we don't think we have the right tools. We don't think that we know the right people. We don't think that we know enough. And my thing is, you don't have to know everything. You just got to start somewhere, and the teachers will show up because the student is ready. So be that student, always be open to learn and be open to receive help. Be Don't be afraid to ask for help. Let people know what it is you need. Because I promise you, when you want to go fast, you go alone. But when you want to go far, you go together. So don't be afraid to ask somebody for assistance and take that journey with you.
I love that. You are truly an entrepreneur and getting some things done. So it sounds like you're doing a lot and getting a lot done and accomplishing a lot and making a big difference. So, where do you see your company in 5 years?
It's like I said earlier, I see it being a sustainable, a self-sustaining company or someone else besides me running it. I want to be able to create that as a legacy and just be able to say that I made a difference and I'm able to really get out here and just kind of relax. You got to work hard first and you play hard later. So that's what I want. So, like I said, in 5 years, I will have those courses launched. So I will be able to be making money as I sleep because people are going to download them and all of that. But I really want in 5 years for people to know that iSee Technologies is the go-to company when you want to learn all about inclusivity. You want to learn about how to decrease the stress among your management teams and your teams in general in your workplaces. And also, by then I'll be on the speaker circuit because I also do motivational speaking. So I want to be able to be a retired motivational speaker in 5 years. So I got a lot of work to do with these 5 years because, like I said, I'm one who's not about working myself into the ground. I'm going to be living a life of leisure in 5 years.
And you can do that. You are truly an entrepreneur, sister.
Thank
So,
you.
why do you believe it's important to hire people with disabilities?
Again, it's because, first of all, the unemployment rate in the disabled community is very high. And it's not because we're not willing, it's not because we're not capable, but it's because the opportunity is often not presented or not given to us. So I think that is extremely important that if I have the opportunity right there, then it's my responsibility to present the opportunity to someone. It's about, for me, changing lives, not just changing the minds of people who don't have disabilities, but also being able to change the lives of people with disabilities. That's always where my heart has been because, again, I'm living this life as well. I've been through that. I felt the rejection of applying for a job that I just knew I was qualified for, but not getting it. So if I have that chance, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to make sure that I can make a difference in somebody else's life.
Kamille, it's always great to see companies, individuals, entrepreneurs wanting to hire people with disabilities, especially if they themselves have a disability. It's always encouraging, uplifting. Just listening to you today, I am certainly motivated myself. I feel that this has been some great advice for entrepreneurial women out there who are maybe thinking about wanting to start their own business, but are not sure where to or how to, or have the confidence to. You certainly have embedded some boldness in them throughout your journey today that you shared with us. Thank you for sharing that.
I was going to ask if I could say one other quick thing, one other thing that I did that really helped to change the trajectory of my business. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I strongly encourage you, if you can, to join your local chamber of commerce. I did that 2 years ago, and it really changed how my business grew. I needed a way for people to know who I was. I wanted to be active in the community. And again, I wanted to spread awareness that there are blind entrepreneurs out here. So I did that, and it changed my life. It changed my business trajectory. So I really encourage you to get out there and join your local chamber.
Getting out there and being part of your community is important if you want to make a statement and kind of know what other resources and information and networking possibilities are out there. So that's wonderful advice. I just love your enthusiasm and confidence. So Kamille, where can people find you?
The best place to find me is on LinkedIn with iSee Technologies, and I can spell that if you like. It is a lowercase I, and then it's capital SEE, and then Technologies. You can find me on LinkedIn. And then on Instagram, it's my name, Kamille, Kamille, Aaliyah, Alia. So those are the two places where you will most likely find me. And I will send you the link that you can put in the description box to the website if you want to check that out also. But it is iseetechinc.com.
Love the name of your company too, Kamille.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for tuning in to Bold Blind Beauty on Air today. We hope this episode has left you inspired and empowered. Remember, our journey continues beyond this podcast. Don't miss out on future episodes. Hit that subscribe button and stay up to date on all of our latest discussions. Also, join our vibrant community on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content, stories, and doses of motivation. Your support means the world to us as we strive to amplify the diverse voices and stories. Together, let's keep advocating for access, inclusion, and representation. Until next time, stay bold and beautiful.